Okay, it's 6:01, and we'll call this regular meeting to order with a pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everyone. Motion to approve the minutes from January 21st.
February 18th, my bad.
What?
Should be February 18th.
February 18th, 2025.
Oh, yeah. Motion.
I'll second it. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the February 2025 expenses?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business? No old business. Any new business? No land development, Tammy and Matt are booked out. And there's nothing I can think of. Use requests. Motion to approve or deny donated use for Waterford Elementary School. Picnic Hannah, May 23rd, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny the Junior Seawolves use of our ball fields seasonally.
I'm going to make a motion to deny.
I'll second that motion. Are there any questions?
What is the Seawolves? I mean,
They're
that's,
just a baseball team during the summer, younger kids that are looking
when
for
you say
fields.
younger, but where are they from? Or where were they?
Erie area.
We don't.
We don't know where
We
they're
really
from.
don't know. They were fishing for fields and we can't.
I was
There's
gonna
too much
say, I
going
mean,
on.
We've got Little League, we've got soccer up there galore. Our parks are very busy and we don't need tournaments and other uses right now.
Never heard of it either.
Nope, neither have I. Heard of the
I know you
Outlaws?
guys, the Buff Little Leagues, they use some of our fields.
Yes, they do. Yep, and they're welcome to them. They're summer residents. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Tim, do you have anything?
Just we're marching towards closing there on that Glory Drive parcel. We'll get that taken care of. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I know that the individual who is going to be the ultimate recipient of that property has some lead time as to how long notice he needs before we schedule that closing. But it'll be in the next couple of weeks. By the next time we show up, hopefully I'll be able to report that it's done.
Okay, wonderful. Are there any questions for the solicitor? No engineer report. Supervisor Davis.
Everything's going really well at the garage. We're getting everything wrapped up. I hope winter's starting to grind down. We'll see how that goes, and then start working on the spring and summer projects. But right now we're kind of in the middle where we're not sure to take the plows off or put the mowers on, so we keep the plows on until Mark says take them off.
Yep. Guys have been out with the backhoes cleaning up some yards. A lot of yard damage this year. The new plows and wings that we purchased they need fine-tuned. It's playing some havoc with us, but we're working with the manufacturer and Daryl and Tony and trying to come up with something that might work better. One of the biggest problems we had is we had all that snow before anything had a chance to freeze, and the wings really dove into the ground pretty aggressively. So, but the guys are out. Everybody's staying busy out in the field, and That's about it. Public input.
I've come tonight
Yes, sir.
to bring up discrimination against homeowners in Summit Township by the Water Authority based on where you live as a taxpayer.
What is your address and name?
8520 Deer Drive, Edward Weber Jr. I live in Pops Mobile Home Park.
Oh, it's Pops, okay, go ahead.
Okay. The Water Authority, when I first moved into Pops, I got a water bill every 3 months, quarterly, for $50 to $60. I had one bill that was like $100. I had a leak, I fixed it, remedied it. They have stopped reading the meters of the trailer park residents, which we're all residents and pay taxes like every other homeowner in Summit Township, and they're only reading the master meter of the park. Now, before they read our meters and the master meter, subtracted the residents' meter reading from the master reader, and the park paid for any leaks they had. Now the park just passes the entire bill along to us, leaks and all. And it's discrimination because I am a taxpayer in the township, like every other homeowner in the township is, and they get their meters read and billed. And these land management corporations that own these trailer parks are taking this opportunity to jack the water price way up. My last 3 months, they bill me monthly for water. $137 3 months ago, $127 last month, and I just paid a water bill for $99 this month.
For a month?
For a month. Okay? My quarterly bill from the Water Authority when they were reading our meter was $50 to $60 for 3 months.
Yeah.
It's discrimination that the Water Authority's not reading our meters anymore. We're a taxpayer and homeowner in Summit Township like every other taxpayer is.
There's quite a bit to it too, and then the Water Authority meets tomorrow morning at 9.
I have to work.
I have a funeral, but I know that there was an agreement that we sent out to all the trailer parks around, and one of them signed on, and so we keep reading their meters and doing billing that way. But the other two parks didn't want to get involved, so that's why and this is like, you know how long ago this was? 5 weeks?
Yeah, they just phased out. They were giving us a $20 break last year, and I still told everybody in the park that it was ridiculous because we were getting bills for $75 and $80 a month for water.
Well, I don't blame you one bit.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like I said, 3 months ago,
Yeah.
well, I just paid my rent this month at $99. Last month was $127 on top of my lot rent for water, and the month before that was $137. Okay?
Yep.
And I'm a single father. I have one job.
Yep.
My son is ADHD and autistic, so I have a lot of things going on, and I live on a very tight budget, being that I'm a single dad.
Oh,
And my lot rent goes
yeah. You
up
don't
and
have
down.
to-
I have no way to know budget for my rent because the Water Authority decides that they're just gonna read the master meter. And I didn't remember when I moved into a socialist country. Because reading the master meter like that is a socialist move.
I don't know why Pops and the other one didn't want to get involved, but they didn't.
Well, Pops has all the digital meters already.
I know one of the parks, it must be the other one, had a lot of meter problems.
They had older meters. I know Pops has all digital, but
Well, I mean, the authority was willing to do it for X amount. It wasn't a lot either, but they didn't want anything to do with it, so I guess that's where that went. But I've never heard a story yet about how much people pay a month.
oh yeah,
So I'm
it's
glad to hear
been
that.
ridiculous what we're paying monthly
Yeah.
versus a quarterly bill. And it's just the way these land corporations are passing lot increases on to the residents. And none of us are very rich, you know? Honestly, if I was rich, would I be living in a trailer?
I wouldn't be happy with that bill either, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
'Cause that's-
So I came to just give this heard my concerns because it's discrimination not reading all the meters in a township when you got taxpayers.
There is a little bit more to it, but I hear what you're saying about the money, and that's enough for me to listen up, so, well,
Yeah.
talk here.
And it's kind of like the per capita tax that you guys farm out the Berkheimers.
Berkheimer,
You know they charge you a convenience fee to pay that?
yeah.
And it costs as much as the bill does if you waited to the end, if you pay it when you first get it, which is ridiculous also, because I know they're charging you to collect it, and then they're charging us to pay it.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, everywhere you got their hand out, don't they?
Yeah.
We have per capita.
Hmm?
We don't have per capita.
We do.
Yes. I've had it every year for the last 12
We
years.
do, it's 10, was it 10?
It's, when I first get it, it's 980, and if you wait till the end, it's 1160.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's $10 of the face value. But they're, what, you say a convenience fee if you use a card? or-
Yeah, so like, when I get it, I want to pay it,
Yeah.
and I use the Berkheimer app to pay it. Their convenience fee makes it 1180 when I first get that bill to pay the 980 or 960. It becomes 1180 with their fee on top of it.
Gotcha.
I've always mailed a check and they didn't seem to care about that, but.
I sent a check in the first 3 years,
Yeah,
and the following year got a letter from them saying that I never paid it.
there you go.
And then they wanted $40.
Sure.
So, you know, I was like, I can't win, because their hours aren't one that you can get down to their office and actually pay it in person, because everybody wants to have hours during the day.
Well, thanks for coming in and sharing that. Well, that'll get passed on from here, believe me.
Yeah, it's getting a little
Yeah,
ridiculous, because,
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
1 month bill was my quarterly bill, you know? and-
yeah, well, when I'm used to only getting $50, $60 a quarter bill,
Yeah, that's not,
and I'm getting hit for, like, even this month, $99 for 1 month.
so they divide it up, they must be dividing up leaks and everything apparently.
Oh, yeah, whatever the bill comes is, they're dividing it by, they're using rubs and dividing it by how many home lots are occupied.
Okay.
So they're taking that entire bill, which I don't know if they're, because they're a commercial account with the master meter, if there's a fee on that account or anything, you know, above and beyond the water usage fee, if they're passing all of that on to us or what.
Yeah, who knows, right?
Because all I get on my rent, or on my invoice for my rent, water, and it has a price next to it.
Okay.
It doesn't have a breakdown of, you know, this or that.
Sure.
So,
Oh, boy. All right, now I hear you, I'm glad you saw.
and there were supposed to be other people from the park here. Oh, there's one now.
And John's on his way.
And John's on his way, and that we're coming up to like
I
2.
mean, I'm glad I heard that, you know, what we can do, we can, you know, talk to the authority, we can talk amongst ourselves, we can talk, do a lot of talking, but we gotta do some figuring, I think it's, and I don't know what the answer is right now.
Yeah, if somebody is available.
So I got one person, my bill this month for water is $99, and I'm one person.
No,
Last month, it was $100.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you've got, there's families of 5 and 6.
And I talked to a lady that's got 4 people in her family, and her bill was $128, and that's what I paid for one person.
That's the first thing I thought of, and then he's talking about the leaks are being figured in too, so everybody's getting.
Yeah.
When you got a 5 person and a 1 person, you're getting a bigger bill than 1 person. Yeah.
So larger families that used to have larger water bills are probably going, hoo-hoo, it's not costing us anything for water now.
That doesn't
Well,
even make sense.
you know, I live with, it's just me and my son.
Yeah, right, shouldn't be that much.
I shouldn't be having a $130 a month water bill.
Let alone a quarter for that matter.
Yeah,
Well, we looked it up on our phone, and, you know, categories like 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people.
Yeah.
For 1 person, it should average about $31 a month for water.
That's probably,
For 1 person.
probably about right too.
that's off a federal website.
That's $10 a thousand roughly.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were told that we had to get started here with the township
That's
first.
fine, sure,
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
So, you know,
And you do realize sewer and water, their own autonomous.
Yes.
boards. Yeah.
That's-
We really
that's another
appreciate it.
problem
That's
in
an
itself.
eye-opener to us.
yeah, that's another problem in itself, because there's no consumer protection with the water authority, because they're not regulated by the utility companies. And water is considered a utility.
I think they,
No,
PUC.
they are regulated by the EPA, is what I was told by the Summit Water Authority,
you could be right.
which does not provide consumer protection or,
They're not regulated by the PUC, because the individuals who sit on the board are your appointments.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
They're excluded from PUC regulation.
Makes sense.
which provides no consumer protection or anything.
What mostly drives the water rate is what Erie charges for their water to us is half.
No, all of our water is coming from the wells.
Well, I know that, I'm just saying, we get,
We get a rate from them, but all
40%.
of our water is coming from the well fields, and we're putting another well field in out here already.
I mean, mine comes from the same place yours too, but the water coming from Erie is about 40% of the township, this whole side gets it. So whatever they charge us, we charge $1 more is what it basically boils down to.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but you know, that's another whole
I know it. Well, no, I'm glad.
mess in itself with no regulation,
Yeah.
you know. And all the water authorities, I looked into it, all the water authorities across PA and the United States were all self-appointed, and none of them are regulated. You know, which is just beyond me to be a utility company. All these townships, cities, states, oh, we're gonna make you connect to our water so we can charge you for water, but it's not regulated anyway. Just makes no sense, it's
Just through
astronomically.
the EPA and DEP.
And they-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
All
since
right.
we
yeah,
get
let
ours
us
from
dig
the
into it a
well,
little bit
yeah,
and see
No.
if there's
I know
solutions.
since ours have been coming from the well, we don't even get the monthly letters anymore, the state what's in our water or anything of that nature since they stopped reading.
Well, the park leaders should share that with you, if you really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get his name?
It's on the side.
It's on, I
Okay,
signed
good.
it up here.
Whoever, yeah.
Okay.
Weber, Edward.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. All right, we got you. Well, okay.
Anybody else from the public?
Did you have anything to add?
Well, I heard what he was saying, the same thing as you're
The month
saying.
Before that, it was $138 for one.
And that's,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, well, no,
I mean, when I turn on my faucet, it should come out gold.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, well,
And John's supposed to be here.
Okay.
I
He came
guess,
over and told me about it.
I'm guessing the stories are all the same. or
Yeah.
very
Yeah, we
similar.
all live in pops.
Okay.
Like, we didn't know if you were gonna need us to get signatures from people in the other parks, or if we need to go around and get signatures.
No, you tell us the problem, we talk
Okay.
about it up here and see what we can do. That's no good. That isn't, that's for everyone, you know.
Yeah, because I moved in, it was $530 a month. And this month, my rent
Look, there's
is
John.
$664.
Yeah.
For the rent?
That's water.
Water.
When I moved in, they told me
Oh.
$530 a month.
For your water, for the,
Yeah, the water makes our rent go up and down monthly.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, they started doing this.
okay.
Because I haven't been there that long.
Okay.
John, we were talking about the water since you're late coming.
Okay, I contacted Brandon Davis's office.
Yeah.
And he told me to start the process here. Now, I don't know
Yeah.
if you have anything to do with the water authority or not.
They're an autonomous board. I mean, we appoint the board members to the water authority.
Okay, as long as
But
it
it's
is.
kind of like a standalone, you know,
Okay, well, let's
business.
get on the minutes then, that we were here.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Yep, sign in for us. at the
Yeah,
Okay,
podium.
On the thing up there.
also,
It was before Beauty Buddy.
it's my understanding that to resolve an issue, we can go to the Attorney General's office
Okay,
under manufactured homes in Pennsylvania. And I don't want to have to take it that
No.
far. I want to try to get this settled,
Right, if
okay?
it got to that point, of course, but.
yeah.
But I mean, I was paying $42 a quarter. I live by myself.
Sure.
I got a bill last month, or the month before, $130 for water,
For 1 month.
for 1 month.
Yeah.
And my last bill, it came down $60 all of a sudden.
Wonder why.
But there's a girl that works with county executives and stuff. Her name's Trish. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah,
Okay? She said that the water authority told her that since the readings have been taken off the main, they've doubled. Now, how's that possible?
Well, probably the leaks, and probably the feed.
We're paying for leaks.
I mean, they're probably throwing everything into there, I'm guessing.
Well,
I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're under the RUBS program, so we're paying for the leaks
Yeah,
too.
because they've got 2 leaks and now they got a 3rd one.
I mean, that's what Edward mentioned, they're probably just throwing the leaks and everything right into one.
Yeah, because they're just getting the master meter read, they're not getting each house read, because they were told they're not allowed to read the meters because they weren't on an authority.
Who, the owner?
Yeah, the management company actually wanted to buy a gun to read the meters when they were gonna stop reading the meters. And the water authority told them they could not because they are not a water authority.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I think you're getting some bad information from the
Well,
man.
that's what I was told by the park.
Well, I believe
Well, if
you.
anybody's available tomorrow at 9, I know you're not, but if anybody's.
I am, I'll be
The
here.
water authorities hold, that's great
Well, I went
conversation
to
for
see,
them.
I went to
This
see the
meeting.
water, I went to see the water authority last year. And I wanted to know, the question that I asked was, who made the authority to get this switch to RUBS? Over here.
To get switched.
What's RUBS?
RUBS is a program where they take a community and they put everybody under the same payment method. So before I paid single because I was having my meter read, now I'm paying off of the main.
I don't know who's.
And everybody, 150 people in this particular park is on that program now.
You guys should be getting all the same exact bill every month. You and you, yours should all jibe if they're really divvying it up amongst all of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
divided
you
by
could have some- there's
150.
9 people in a trailer and they're paying as much as we are.
Well, no, I don't mean that, I just mean, did you compare notes, did everyone get nailed the
Yeah,
same
we
amount
get the
each
same
month?
bill each month.
That's what they're
This,
doing.
this month was 99.
I mean,
Last month was 127, and the month before that was 137.
But my question still, and I haven't gotten an answer, is who made the decision that this was okay to do this without having a community meeting first?
So we're not the water authority.
Yeah.
We don't regulate the water authority. I don't represent the water authority,
Okay,
but I represent a number of other water authorities that have utility parks. And so I'll tell you that what generally happens is that the park can be, it's either the park is the customer or each of the individual units in the park is the customer.
okay.
And the park, as the landowner, gets to make that decision. And so what it sounds like to me is that the park made the decision to go to ratio utility billing, which is it says it's a method for dividing utility costs among tenants in a multi-unit property. It
Okay.
sounds like the park made the decision to go to a single meter billing situation.
I know what they decided. They
No,
decided
we were-
they didn't want to pay the water authority to read the meters. The water authority was losing a fair amount of money reading everybody's meter. It takes a couple days to read all the meters. Before, they had the good
How are
meter.
the meters read?
Say,
How are they read?
they weren't, when this all was passed, they were just manually read. Now they're digital, I guess, or.
Well, they,
some-
yeah, they
Ours
use
are
like a
digital.
gun. Yeah, digital
They have a
gun.
gun to read ours, our
Well,
car.
the change was made like 5, possibly 6 years ago, so I'm surprised it took you this long to realize it.
Well, they stopped reading our meter 2 years ago. The park told us that they kept them in court for a year, delaying them from stopping reading our meter. Fighting with them to try and get it so they could read it. And we're told they couldn't read it because they're not a water authority. And then they decided, okay, fine, they're just gonna read the master meter and we can use RUBS because, you know, they passed the Affordable Housing Act by the federal government, and that allows them to take the bill and divide it by the lots, not by the people, but by the lots, and bill everybody accordingly.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation you need to have with the water authority. I think the good news is that the supervisors are aware of it. The supervisors are aware of what the cost is. I think you have two supervisors here who are both shocked at what that cost
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll have a conversation with the water authority. You're not gonna get any action out of this group because they can't take any action.
No, but
I
we
think
gotta
that
start
it's-
somewhere.
Sure.
I
no,
think it-
No.
I
No,
think it's
we
a-
can get with them and have a talk with them.
I think it's a
and
good,
say,
I think you'll have some allies in some of the conversations, and I think if you go to the meeting at the water authority here, in this room, tomorrow morning, 9
It's
AM.
gonna be enough.
Well, I got a feeling, I don't know if they'll hold it here or at the water authorities, where they usually hold their water authority meetings.
Lately, it's been here.
Lately, it's been here.
Depends on the
Just,
situation.
when you get here, John, just check with the receptionist, and she'll let you know. I'm not sure if somebody
Oh,
has this room booked out, and they
Right, right.
may use one of the other
Okay.
little.
But in any event,
It'll be under this roof.
that's the right place, and I think you'll find these guys to be extremely receptive, and we'll follow up.
Yeah.
Is
oh,
that
yeah.
fair? It's a fair statement?
You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah. I spoke with the water authority last year and they pretty much told me, well, it is what it is, sorry, you know,
Okay,
because they were losing money, you know.
yeah.
yeah.
The meeting is in this room, she checked the calendar.
Okay, thank
So
you.
it'll be in this room at 9 o'clock.
Well, there's a federal site on the internet, okay, and it's a federal site, it's not like YouTube or anything.
Uh,
And I looked into it, and they got each state broken down for water. And the average water bill in Pennsylvania is $41 a month.
Okay,
So if that's broken down, the high was like, I think, 68, but the average was 41
per month.
per month.
and that's kind of like an estimated usage of water.
But that's overall, that's from the federal government.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now, if that's the case, and I'm paying over $100 a month, and I live by myself,
Yeah, bad deal.
see, because when this first happened, there was some people that lived up the street from me with 4 kids and 2 adults living in the house. And I told them, I said, they moved out, a bunch of people who moved out of the park already. They're gone. I told them what I was paying a quart, which the highest I ever paid was $48 a quart. They told me that they were paying close to $90 a quart. And that's with six people.
yeah,
So when this got switched over, and I found myself paying
Yeah,
$100 and some a month for water, that means I'm paying for everybody else's water, plus whatever leaks are going on.
yeah,
yeah.
Okay, now I got a message last week from Rich, which is the manager of the park, and he said he was gonna shut the water off on Wednesday, because there was problems. The next day, I got a message and saying, well, we canceled that, we're not gonna do the water.
okay.
So evidently, there's major leaks up there.
And everybody's
We're
paying.
paying for those leaks.
Yeah. Well,
Where when they read our meters versus the park's master meter and subtracted it, the park had to pay for their leaks.
Yeah.
right,
You
right,
know?
right.
So it was advantageous for them to fix it. Now it's,
Sure.
oh, we're just passing the money
Yeah.
along, you
Divide
guys
it
can
by
pay it, we don't
150
care,
and,
you know?
So what's the estimate of how many houses are in Summit Township? These guys know offhand?
30, 46, 3,600? About 3,600.
About 3,600. Okay, and those houses are getting red, and they're getting a quarterly bill, right?
No.
They all don't have water.
Huh?
All the houses
No, they don't.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, but you're.
The houses are getting red.
Yep, the houses that are served
The
by
houses are
water.
getting red.
Yep,
Okay, and they're paying Summit taxes, right?
well, sorta.
Okay, well, we're paying Summit taxes too.
No.
Well, we have homestead exemption, which you pay 0 if you
Right.
own your home in Summit,
To us,
Okay.
to some.
to
You
Summit.
still pay
Township.
school and county tax, but you don't pay township tax.
You don't pay
Nevertheless.
township.
Don't pay township tax.
Correct.
Okay.
But, never mind that.
So the question that I had was, so their houses are getting red
Yes,
and they're getting a monthly bill.
quarterly bill.
Quarterly. And so, okay, so whatever, how many houses are, hundreds of houses, and they decided not to read our meters anymore.
Well,
Because of why?
It's a private water system, I do know that, because I did talk to Brian Hiles before this meeting, because I caught wind of this coming. He said that those parks are privately owned, all the repairs are made by the park, the lines in there are private, everything's private about it, so that's how they were able to say, hey, look, we'll read the meters for X amount a month, or whatever they want to charge, and if the owner of the park didn't want to pay it, then that's just what happened. So it's just a matter of the
There was a
park.
fee on our water bill.
That's it.
There was a fee on our water bill for reading our meters.
Right, back in the
So it
day.
wasn't the park paying that fee.
No, back
We paid it.
in the beginning, or early on, you mean?
In the 12 years that I'm
Yeah.
coming up on my 12th year living there in the park.
Yeah.
And when I first moved in there, we always got a water bill, and you could see the water bill and a fee, a service fee by the water authority when I got my bill.
Right. It's not for the maintenance of the lines or anything, it's the meter.
Well, no, it was the meters, service fees, billing, office costs, things of that nature. So the person that was getting the meter read was paying that fee, not the park.
Right.
So if they were losing money, they'd have to increase that fee. They should have just sent out a notice that they were gonna increase the water bill fee, that they were gonna be charging everybody, instead of just, no, we're not gonna read the meters.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think a lot of this is, you gotta, I mean, yes, absolutely bring it to the water authority tomorrow. But I think that you also have to have a conversation with the park. Because the park didn't want to have, it sounds like the park didn't want to have the agreement with the water authority.
They didn't, I know that for sure, and that was that.
Well, no, they're a corporation. They don't wanna have an agreement with anybody,
No.
just like any
So
corporation.
you can't even get, if you try to call Horizon Land Management, you'll get put to a box.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get to talk to a human
Yeah,
being.
they won't talk to you. I sent them an email about Simply Sub, which is an ultrasonic water meter reader that straps onto the pipe by zip ties. That costs $6 a month fee, that uses low cellular data to automatically upload the meter reading monthly to a computer system that they could do the billing out of.
Sure.
You know, then you wouldn't even need a meter reader. $6 fee, cell signal a month plus whatever your water usage was
Yeah.
at the rate.
Like I say, this deal went down about 5 years ago before they even had the better meters that they have now, that they can read remotely. They gotta get within a certain distance of them, but they can read them. The next step, like you're saying, would be another investment that they would make, and I'm sure eventually they will. But right now, you gotta solve your problem with this.
Well, yeah, I know I gave them the information for Simply Sub. I know they told me, what, $429 a unit at one unit, but if the company was to buy, or want to go in and get them all at one time, the price would come down on them for the cellular data ones that would just get zipped onto your line and,
Okay.
But I'll tell you the kind of people that we're dealing with here, just for your information. They pulled the pay boxes out of the park, so we can't pay our rent there anymore neither.
Okay.
We gotta go online. We either gotta go to Walmart or some other location where we can pay the rent through some organization that they set up,
Okay.
all right? Or you can pay by
routing account number.
or they want your routing number, okay? So I said, I don't want to give my routing number to the bank, so I'll use my debit card,
Sure.
okay? Says on the bottom of the paper, it says there'll be a small fee if you use a credit card.
Sure.
I didn't use a regular credit card, I used my debit card,
Yeah.
which they took the money, because I checked, within 2 minutes, my money was out of my bank, out of my checking account. After I used it, that's how quick it is, okay?
Yeah.
It's like that, all right? You know how much they charge me because I use my debit card? $20.
And I was supposed to charge you.
$20 I got charged for using, it said, a fee
Sure.
for using, but I said, I called Rich and I said, hey, I says, I used my debit card, which they took it directly out of my checking account. Within 2 minutes, the money was gone. And he says, well, send me an email and I'll send it to him. That's the kind of answers we get from this place. These are the kind of people we're dealing with.
Well,
Yeah, because at the bottom of the page says, if you use your debit card, you will not be charged. If you use a credit card, you will be charged.
and they do it anyway.
A small fee.
Right.
Sure.
But it's
$20 is small.
Well, I called the Erie County Credit Union and I said, when a vendor uses a credit card, that I say, you can use my debit card, how much do you charge them? And she said, there is no charge for a debit card. That's what she told me, Erie County Credit Union.
Usually there's not, most, any place.
They rip you off.
But this is the kind of people that we're dealing with, and we're stuck.
Well, bring your water problem in here tomorrow, and maybe we can do something about that, help work on that deal with them. Because I can't do anything about the guys that own the
Yeah.
park. It's their
At least
deal.
get some more
Well, yeah.
answers from the water authority and go from there.
What, tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 9
Are any of
a.m.
the used people gonna be there tomorrow? At that meeting?
Normally I would be, but I'm gonna be at a funeral. No, I'm not gonna be there.
Here,
Here tomorrow time?
9 o'clock tomorrow.
But you've got the water authority board members, their solicitor,
Okay.
the
Manager.
manager and their engineer, so you should be able to get
So they'll have the
some
solicitor with
answers.
them?
Yep,
Okay.
yeah.
Do we need to bring any proof?
It wouldn't hurt, you know, but.
And is that done through, do they take minutes too?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes. It's an official board
Okay,
meeting.
Because
Very good.
Brandon Davis said he didn't want to get involved on a local level until he wanted to know what would happen.
Okay,
Sure.
Okay, he says, let us know after you go through these meetings and then bring it to us. He said, because they don't want to get involved with anything until it gets to a certain point.
sure. Okay,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
thank
But
you.
I kind of figured what's your name again?
Tim.
Tim Walker.
I kind of figured what Tim said, this all stems from what they did, what the park did. Because I know what kind of people you're dealing with.
And those guys that are on that water authority have been there for a long time. You know, they know the whole history of
Right.
what's taken place over there, so
So-
I think they'll be very informative.
I used to work, I did road work for the state
Okay,
for 20-some years. I worked for Mayer Brothers, and I worked for Lindy and Russell Standard.
okay,
Okay, so I know all these roads in the
Yeah.
county.
yeah,
I used to do all this stuff. I used to take millings off of jobs that I was given permission to, usually the last load of the day, and I would take them to the park, and they would reimburse me for my rent,
okay,
okay? They'd knock off like $50 a load, okay?
great days.
Well, I had one summer, I had like 12 loads there. I got paid for like 2 loads. You know how much a triaxle load of millings is going for?
300 bucks. I think.
Yeah. That was like 250.
Yeah,
So, and they were using it for all the roads of
Sure.
dirt there that they didn't have blacktop,
yep,
all right? And I stopped taking millings to them.
I'd say.
Then the road we gotta drive over to get to our trailers is all dirt. And full of holes.
Oh, they're beauties. I don't know.
But,
Well,
picked a lot of garbage up back in those days around the trailer park with
The rest of the park I see, they're all concrete roads.
blacktop,
And
yeah,
we go over our road, it's all dirt.
yeah.
It's just down there at the bottom.
So who's actually reading the meter then? The main?
the water authority.
Summit Township Water Authority is actually reading our main,
Yeah.
okay?
Uh,
And Trish said that the girl told her that since it got switched over, that water has doubled.
Well, sure. Because I think they're throwing the leaks and the feeds in with it.
The reading has doubled. The water reading has doubled. That's what she told me today.
Well, as I
Sounds
say,
like there's a pretty good leak.
as I say, they're not fixing the leaks.
This is the third leak.
As I say, there's 3 leaks now, that explains it. Jesus
Right.
Yeah, if
Residents
you're
are
gonna be
just getting
available tomorrow, John, at 9?
I'll
Okay.
be here.
hung man for the bill.
All
All right.
No, we hear you guys, we really do, and we'll get with these guys. All right. What else we got? Anything else?
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
Motion to adjourn.
40 to